So in the last lecture, we have studied vibrating voltmeter under basic concepts actually. So in this lecture, we will study rotating electrode type generating voltmeter. So the common aspect between these two is in both of the cases, the measuring electrode, the sensing electrode will be moving.
Yes.
So this was the basic principle, moving electrode, which was covering the electrode A. This is one we have completed. And the other one, this vibrating type, vibrating electrode type generating voltmeter also we have covered yesterday. Now today we are going to study this generating voltmeter with rotating disc and commutator. Now first we shall try to carefully understand what it is actually. You can see here there is a high voltage electrode like this, a plane parallel electrode. Of course, it can be without electrode also in case of atmospheric field measurement. Now there is an electrode B, this one. This electrode B is again given here. If you see from the top, it will look like this. And you see there is a hollow portion, this white portion is actually a hollow portion. So it is cut actually. The electrode is cut, a semicircular cut is there in the electrode. So you can see through this cut. And this is the electrode B, yes. And after that, there is another electrode C here, which is again given separately here. How is it actually? It has, in fact, two electrodes. This is one part, this is another part. C1 and C2. This is C1, this is C2. So actually it is a, again, disc type, circular disc. Each of the electrodes C1 and C2 is semicircular, but for at the center there is a hole to accommodate this motor rotor shaft, this shaft. Okay, so now the electrode C has two parts, two semicircular parts, and separated by insulation. So there is an insulation here, separation. So electrically there is no contact between C1 and C2. And C1 and C2 are again connected to this electrode D. Of course, it is strictly speaking not electrode, but it is metallic only. So it again has a slit in between, that black color slit, and two brushes are resting on it. Now one half of D is connected with C1, other half of D is connected with C2 like this. Now if you see above B or top view above electrode B will be like this. Top view electrode B means you have to look like this. I am drawing the arrows. You see, you have to look like this. Then if you look, then the view will be like this. Are you able to understand now?
Yes, sir.
So your See, this is electrode B. There is a empty space, all hollow space here. Now, through the hollow space, you can see electrode C, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, suppose if C rotates, what will happen?
The partial portion of C1 and C2 is visible to B, which passes through the electric field of high voltage electrode.
C1 and C2? C1 and C2?
Rotate and passes through, when it passes through the hole of B, then it
will be exposed to high voltage electrode and electric field lines will terminate on it. Right?
Yes, sir.
So this is understood. Anyone has any difficulty in understanding? Because unless you understand this, we cannot progress.
Sir, so B is a semicircular disc, right, which is hollow and through which the lines are passing through C1 and C2.
There is a
Through which?
partial.
Through which? What is happening?
Through B1 which is hollow, the lines are passing through C1 and C2, right, sir?
Yes. Through B, through the hollow space, field lines will terminate on C. Whether it is C1 and C2, it depends on the movement, rotation of C.
Okay. So only at any instant, half of the disc is only visible to the field lines.
Only at any instant, half of the disc is only exposed to the field. So the field will terminate only on the half of the disc at any instant, any given instant. Whether that half of the disc is space C1 or C, it depends on the movement, rotation, at what position it is. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Now you see there are brushes right here. So through these brushes from C1 or C2, currents can go to the ground. Now in one of the paths there is an ammeter. So this is current. This current we are measuring. So in one of the paths only. So only in one brush path we are doing. Are you getting? Why this we are doing, that we will understand just. Now before that, before going to next slide, I will show animation of this so that it will be easily understood. But animation is not coming instantaneously. There is some delay. After I upload the video, you see again. So there it will be good actually. Yeah, now when the motor is rotating the electrode C, of course D will also rotate, C will also rotate simultaneously along with the shaft of the motor. By the way, the motor is synchronous motor, so its speed is constant. So are you able to see how the area is changing of the electrodes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, yeah. Now let us go to the next slide. So here, let us understand what are the waveforms of capacitance. Now you see C1 and C2, right? C1 and C2 are electrodes, okay, and brushes will be 180 degrees apart, means they are also separated by half circle, right? So if they are 180 degrees apart, they will be touching at any instant of time, they will be touching only one of the electrodes of C1 or C2, either C1 or C2, right?
Yes, sir.
Each of them, each brush will be touching only one electrode, either C1 or C2. Now, you see, this in the given position means now in this figure, there is a brush at this position, there is another brush at this position. Okay. So
Yes,
brush position is actually initial position and final position of the hollow space. Okay. So in that instant, if the brushes are kept like this, then how the area of each electrode or how the area seen by each brush will be changing, we will plot first. Because you can imagine that, you know, this brush 1 is having a capacitance and this is HV, and then again brush 2 also similar. This is brush this is again brush, and here we have kept ammeter, and then the circuit was like this, and then ground. Okay, this is the circuit. Ignore this line.
yes, sir.
This is C1 and C2. Don't confuse C1 and C2 to C1 and C2 electrodes, you know. C1 and C2 here I have given as capacitors. Now, what is happening with the rotation of the capacitors? The bottom plate is what, you know, this electrode C1, right? Bottom plate of C2 is what? This electrode C2. So if the bottom plate electrode is changing, obviously it is since lines are parallel, you have to assume only equal amount of area is contributing to the capacitance of this system. Okay, whatever area C1 is having, that much amount of area is only it will be getting from the high voltage electrode, or the capacitance is of that area only. So that you have to imagine in case of C1 also, in case of C2 also. Okay. Now, one more thing. So I said lines are parallel or uniform on this. Do you agree? There is a hollow disk, there is a, you know, one more, you know, electrode B, electrode D, electrode C. Then in this case, whether lines will be uniform? Gautam, will the lines be uniform?
Hello.
Will the lines will be uniform or not?
No, sir.
No? Why?
Uniform lines.
No.
Let us go back and see. So whether these lines are uniform or not?
Yes, sir, they would be
Uniform,
uniform.
Yes, sir. Uniform.
They will be uniform.
Uniform, sir.
Almost.
Uniform.
Because the electrode C and B are very close. Very close. So there is no reason for the lines to bend too much. So they will be almost uniform even in this space also. So they will be terminating on C through B. Therefore, the lines will be uniform. So since lines are uniform, you can assume the capacitance will be decided by the area of this electrode C, area exposed from the electrode C. Now, what will happen to the capacitance? Capacitance is, C1, either C1 or C2, are simply epsilon A by D, right? This A is the area of the capacitor, of the plate. If it is C1, I will write it A1, and A1 is the area of the plate C1 actually, plate C1 or electrode C1. Now if this is brush 1, brush 2, so area seen by the brush 1. Similarly C2. Okay. Now if our measuring electrode is C1 in the sense brush 1. So suppose you are connecting to the ammeter to brush 1 and then grounding, right? Now how one of them, you can assume either 2 also. In 2 also you can assume there is a ammeter connected. Of course these 2 are connected. If the other one which is not connected, which is not having ammeter, is directly connected to the ground. Okay, but let us see whether current will flow like this or whether current will flow to the ground also. Let us see. After looking at the area, then we will understand. Now, how this area will be changing? If the electrode C rotates at a constant speed synchronously or at a synchronous speed, at a particular speed, constant speed, then how the area will change? Area seen by brush B. Because the current we are measuring is whatever is coming through brush B, right?
Yes, sir.
This is brush B current. Brush 2 or brush 1. What I haven't indicated.
Brush 1, sir.
This is brush 1. I have indicated. This is 1. This. So let us assume that it is connected to brush 1 only. Now, how the area is changing with the time? That's what I am.
Omega st into t gives the theta by 360 degree into pi r square. We will get the area of the sector. Omega s synchronous speed into t time divided by 360, which gives the angular distance, and into pi r square, which will give the area of the sector.
R square.
Then we will calculate epsilon
Total
A
area,
by 2.
total area you will include or what?
No, sir. Theta, if we calculate theta is equal to omega s synchronous speed into time divided by 360 into pi r square, sector area.
Okay, let us approach complete sector area. You have to use only at the end of the cycle, right? So now let us see. So as the electrode is moving, as this is moving, when this slit was here, then what will happen actually? Area seen by the brush 1. When this slit is say here, area seen by the brush.
Pi r square by 2. Half of pi r square.
Half of
pi r square.
Pi r square. So total area you are saying?
Yes, sir.
But after the brush moves a little bit, then what will happen? Suppose up to this.
If we get the angular angle between them, if angle is omega s, let
it be theta.
theta.
So, see, initially half pi r square and then suddenly falls to almost 0, right? Area seen by the brush 1 suddenly falls to 0. And then again slowly it increases. As theta is increasing, it will increase. Do you agree? I will draw at different, the slit at different positions. So you see like this, this is the semicircular hollow region. This is the position of the slit. Now this is one electrode, C1, and here brush is there. And this is the rest of the electrode. This is the area, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if this angle is theta, and then the radius of the smaller circle is R1, and this bigger circle is R2. Okay. Then half theta R2 square minus R1 square is the area. Seen by brush 1. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Half theta R square is the area of, a vector. Okay. Half theta R2 square minus R1 square is the area of shaded region. Now, as it is rotating, when theta becomes pi, what will happen?
Area of full semicircle will come, sir.
Full semicircle will come. So it will increase up to theta is equal to pi. And after that, again, it starts from 0.
0.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This time, see, earlier C1 was in touch with brush 1. This is brush 1. So this is a C1. But after 180 degrees, which will come in contact with brush 1?
C2, sir.
C2.
Will come in contact with brush. This is, actually commutator set. Okay. Always through this, the brush 1 will be looking only increasing area. There will be sudden fall and then area will increase linearly. There will be sudden fall and area will increase linearly. I'm drawing the waveform assuming the linear movement, because if constant speed is there, the movement is linear only. So here, exactly at pi, it will suddenly fall and then again it will increase. Then this is 2 pi. So this is a C1, this is C2. But C1 means that it is not value C1. It's C1 electrode. This is C2 electrode. Now in this region, in this up to 0 to pi, in this region, C1 is in touch with brush 1 and pi to 2 pi, C2 is in touch with brush 1 again. But the brush 1 is always looking a waveform like this, having a waveform like this for area. A of T. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, theta equals to omega into T, right? Do you agree or not?
Yes, sir.
That it will become easy. This is equal to N in RPM, revolutions per minute, by 60. So, this is revolutions per second into 2 pi. Right? One revolution is 2 pi into T. Okay. So, theta is equals to N RPM by 2 into 2 by 60. It is 30 pi into T. Okay. With this, what A will become? Remember this value. You have to tell me in the next slide. So A of T equals to, actually there is a delay between the instant I am writing and then you are getting it. A of theta is equal to half, A of T is equal to half. Now theta, please tell me.
N RPM by 30 into pi T.
RPM into pi
T.
into R2 square minus R1 square. So this is again N RPM by R2 square minus R1 square divided by 60 into T. This is some Amax into T. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This is how A changes. Now C1, the capacitance C1 equals to epsilon into A of T by D, the distance, right? So this can also be, since epsilon by D is constant, some C max into T. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So what is the difference actually in previous cases, whatever we have seen, and in this case, it is again triangular only, right?
Yes, sir.
But there is a small difference here. In this case, the waveform of capacitance seen by the brush. See, this C1 is from 0 to pi only. This is pi. This is 2 pi. T. Now, this is the capacitance seen by brush 1. C B1 I will write of T. Brush 1. Why brush 1? Because through brush 1 only I am measuring the current. Okay. Now, what is happening to the capacitance seen by the brush 2?
It changes oppositely, sir.
Oppositely, right?
Yes, sir.
So, oppositely means at 0, suppose at 0, if brush 1 is seeing smallest capacitance, then brush 2 will see full capacitance.
Yes, sir.
Right. So on this itself, what the brush 2 will see, I am drawing here. Do you understand?
Yes,
This
sir.
dotted
Yes, sir.
appeared or not? Yeah, appeared. So these dotted lines are the capacitance seen by brush 2. Now, this solid line from 0 to pi is due to which part of the plate, C1 or C2? Between 0 and 0 to pi, the solid
C1,
line,
sir.
C1,
C1.
sir.
Dotted line is due to,
Even sir.
no, dotted line. Dotted line,
C.
C2.
dotted line is C.
C2.
This is contributed by C2. This is contributed by C1. Again, this is contributed by C1. Now you can see what is happening to the C1. C1 is increasing like this, and again this is C1 only, this dotted portion. So if you see only C1 alone, it will be a triangular wave, just like we have seen earlier. But now, what we are doing is, instead of complete triangular wave like this, always, if you consider brush 1, always the brush will be observing only positive, brush 1 will be observing only positive slope of capacitance. Am I correct?
So repeat once again, sir.
The brush 1 always
Yes, sir.
sees increasing capacitance only, like this.
Yes, sir.
So always the slope is positive, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you differentiate C1, why should we differentiate C1?
To get the current, sir.
Yes. Suppose you have applied a DC voltage V to the high voltage terminal, then the current is again I equal to
dq upon dt.
V,
I equal to
dq by dt, which is
V into DC by dt, right?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
So that is the reason I need DC by dt. Now what I am telling here is the DC by dt seen by brush 1 is always positive. Okay? Just see the waveform.
Yes, sir. Slope
CB1.
is positive. Yes, the slope is positive.
Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall I use different color and then ink tool? This color. Okay. Now I am drawing the waveform seen by the brush 1. Like this. Now you see except at this instant where the slope is not defined actually. These instances, sudden fall is there, slope is not defined. But all other instances, the slope is positive. Or if you differentiate, you will get positive slope. Okay?
Yes, sir.
That's what I am saying. Now this 2 pi etc. I have given in radians. This can be converted into times. Say that n by 30 into pi into t, that you can use. Right? Now, since the slope is always positive, then this is why this is achieved actually. Actual capacitance is increasing and decreasing and increasing and decreasing. If you consider only C1 plate area will be initially increasing, and then after that C1 is slowly disappearing and its area is becoming 0. But when it starts decreasing, we are not connecting the brush there. We are connecting the brush to only increasing portion of the capacitance. So
Yes.
you understand the concept of commutator, right, in case of motor?
Yes, sir.
Similar concept is being used here. Why? I need to rectify the current. So instead of rectifying electronically or using a diode etc., here rectification is happening due to brush and commutator arrangement. Commutator means the splitting of the electrode and then separating the electrode by insulation. By that we are achieving commutator arrangement through which we are rectifying. Rectifying in the sense, here it is not true rectification, only that the capacitance, only increasing capacitance is connected to brush 1, but the reverse will happen to the brush 2. So brush 2 will be always getting only decreasing capacitance. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because what brush 2 is getting, I will draw here with a different color. So this is what brush 2, its color is. Okay. So this is what brush 2 will see, blue color. So always decreasing capacitance. Okay. Brush 2
Yes,
will
sir.
see decreasing capacitance, brush 1 will see increasing capacitance. Now, one more thing, both are having same slope or different slope?
So both are having same slope.
Same slope. So if you differentiate same value, you will get. Am I correct?
But sign is opposite. One is positive and one is negative. So
One is positive, one is negative, but same current you will get, right?
yes, sir.
Now, at any instant of time, the currents are equal and opposite. Because I is equal to V dC1 by dt, dCB1 by dt, and dCB2 by dt are having negative opposite polarities. Therefore, one brush will get positive current, another brush will get negative current. And the currents are equal and opposite. So in that case, do you expect currents to go to the ground or they will simply circulate? Let us go back. Now, okay, high voltage is positive voltage you assume. Okay, positive high voltage is given to the HV electrode. Then what kind of charges will be on HV electrode? Plus charges or minus charges?
Yes, sir.
If a ground is connected, then HV electrode have to be a positive charge.
HV electrode is plus charge. Now, what kind of charges will be induced on electrode C, either C1 or
Negative
C2?
charge.
Huh?
Negative charge will be induced.
Negative charge will be induced. Now, as capacitance is increasing or as area is increasing, obviously charge is increasing, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, as area of C1 or C2 is increasing, so negative charge is increasing, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, whether current is going into the electrode C or out of the electrode C through brush 1.
Into the
Into the electrode C from
How?
ground, because from ground and negative electrode.
From ground, this electrode, okay, the electrode, here minus charges are there on this electrode, right? Here also minus charges are there, but this minus charge is increasing on the plate, which has to come from this brush, right? How it is increasing? From brush only it has to come from ground, right? So as the charges are coming from this channel, right? Whether current is going into the electrode or coming out of the electrode.
Current is going into the electrode because
Coming
electron
out of
have
that.
to the electron have to move in opposite direction of the current. That's why electron have to move in opposite direction of current, because concentration of electron is go on increasing, sir.
But electrons are going into the electrode, right here.
Yes, sir.
So current
And
will go
area
outside
is
the
increasing.
electrode.
Go into the
Current.
go ground.
So current will be in the opposite direction.
Yes,
So
sir.
current will be towards the ground here.
Yes,
Am
sir.
I clear?
Yes, sir.
Now the connections are like this. It is all. The connections are like this. So here there is an ammeter grounded, and it is like this. Now just now we have seen current is going in this direction through brush 1 and through brush 2 the current will be in opposite direction. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
So through brush 2 current will be entering into the electrode C. Now the currents are equal and opposite, we said. I of t is equal and opposite. So in fact this current, if you apply KCL here at this node, if you apply KCL, then current to the ground will be 0. Am I correct?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So this current will be circulating current. So we are actually measuring the circulating current. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now that slide has gone. So now again let us go to blank screen. Right. Now this is the waveform. That's what we have just now plotted. What is its average value? This is T by 2. This is T. This is 3T by 2. See, within the half cycle, it is again repeating actually. here T refers to, the time period T refers to time of one revolution, one complete revolution. So within T by 2 revolution, within half revolution, we are reaching to the peak, and then suddenly going to zero, and then again it starts increasing, and then suddenly going to zero like this. What will be the average value?
CM by 2. CM by 2.
CM by 2.
Yes, sir.
It's no way related to T.
So same, sir. For half cycle or full cycle, you can take.
What is this equation of this line?
2
2 by 2, sorry, T, 2 cm by T into T, right?
Yes, sir.
What will be the slope? What will be the, if you differentiate this, you will get 2 cm by T, right?
Yes, sir.
So now I am drawing current here. Current I is given by what? V in dc by dt, right?
Yes, sir.
So V into dc by dt will give me what value actually? What is this value? Someone please say.
2 cm by T.
2 cm by T, sir.
2 cm by T into V, no? V is there, no?
Yes, sir. 2 cm by T into
T. So will it be same for the next half cycle also?
But
Yes, sir.
sir, this is for half cycle, na, sir.
Ah.
So in denominator T, capital T will be displaced by into T by 2, multiply by 2 T by 2, we will get 2 cm into V, sir, by 2.
No, half cycle you are getting this much, na? That is, see, in each half cycle, this will be the current.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
average current is this only.
Yes, sir.
Equals to 2 cm V by T. Is it clear? Earlier
Yes, sir.
it was how much for half wave rectification? Earlier it was how much?
2 cm
For half wave
2
rectification, you remember?
3 Vm omega by pi, sir. So that's for AC one.
No, that is for AC case. You are, you have to refer correct thing. It was Cm into V by T, if you remember.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now it became 2 times because in each half cycle we are getting the same value. That is why it became double.
Yes, sir.
In other words, the commutator is acting as a rectifier here. So every half cycle we are getting rectification through the commutator. So that is the reason. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now Okay, this is for DC case. This is for DC case. This is average current. Now, if you have RMS reading meter, average current can be measured by moving coil. RMS reading meter, if you have, then what will be the value? What is the RMS value of this?
2 cm V by T only.
Same. It won't change. It is a continuous line, right? So in some books, instead of cm, delta V is given. Delta V is delta C is given. Instead of cm, delta C is given. Delta C means C max minus C min. Okay, please note that. Now, this is about DC. How we can measure DC using this voltmeter. Now let us go to AC. In case of AC, again I am drawing the waveform here. This is C of T seen by brush. Let me write CB1 so that it gives an understanding that it is of brush 1. And then voltage waveform. The other day we have already discussed the frequency, the minimum frequency of the voltage that is to be measured must be equal to the frequency of that triangular wave. So if it is like this, alternating voltage, I am drawing roughly. V is equal to Vm sin omega t, you may assume. This is V of t. Its equation is Vm sin omega t. Okay. Mathematically, what is charge Q? Q equals to C V1 of t into V of t equals to CP1 of t. Just consider only half cycle. To Cm by T into T, right? To Cm Vm by T into T sin omega t. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now I equals to dq by dt. Of course, you have to understand the sign of this I appropriately. Dq by dt I will write simply. Sign gives the direction, so it depends on the reference direction of u. Dq by dt equals to 2Cm Vm by T into d by dt of T sin omega t. Okay. Now if I draw Q alone, not with its differentiation and all. Q alone, if I draw, the other day I have explained you, it will be between these two envelopes.
Yes.
But there is a slight difference here. The envelope will be extending like this. Of course, the frequency like this. Roughly I am drawing. This is Q alone. Okay. Now dq by, if you write this I completely, you will get one sinusoidal term, another t into sinusoidal term, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, will that be having negative as well as positive values in first half cycle of triangular wave T by 2? Will that be having negative and positive values, or only negative values, or only positive values? Or, in other words, whether the brush, the carbon brush 1, will allow that current in either direction or only one direction? Someone? Who are all there? Venkateshwar is there?
Sir, either direction, sir.
It will allow in either
Both.
direction, right? Because it is commutator, it is not a diode.
Yes.
Okay, it is mechanical commutator. So, how it is arranged actually? Every half cycle, it changes the capacitor. But every half cycle, it is not reversing the current, please remember. Within that half cycle, if the current is in the reverse direction, in that direction also it will conduct, because it is a mechanical commutator and it will have its position on one of the plates continuously until complete half cycle of this triangular wave. Okay. But within this triangular wave, within this half cycle, if the current goes negatively, that current also will be passed through the brush. So therefore, so this is the difference. If it is electronic, means if you are using a diode, so this entire negative portion of the current would have been chopped off. That would not be sent or transmitted or conducted through the diode, right? But since this is mechanical commutator and it is continuously on one position, one plate or one electrode, C1 or C2, one of them, continuously for complete half cycle, within this complete half cycle of this rotation, if the voltage is having many cycles and in that negative portions are also there, therefore the negative current will also pass through this one. So when you average out, you have to consider complete portion. Negative current also, positive current also. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, remember this quantity. I equals to d by dt, dq by dt, equals to 2 Cm Vm by T into d by dt of T sin omega t. Okay. Let us in this. What is I? Please repeat.
2 Cm Vm by T
2
into
Cm
d
Vm
by
by
dt
T d by dt
T sin omega t.
T sin omega t. What is its average value? Now I can differentiate, then again integrate, right? So anyway, I want average value only. Okay. Now my waveform starts from 0 and it is increasing like this. So this is 1/2 of the triangular wave. This duration is T by 2 here. T by 2. I should rather write here. This is T by 2. So until T by 2, within T by 2, so it is actually repeating. Same waveform will occur in the next half cycle also. But it is having negative portion also, positive portion also. Okay. Now, I would like to integrate to find its average value. Average value means what? Definition.
Total area under the time period divided by total time period.
Total area under that time period by time period, until that time period, right?
Yes.
Now,
Yes, sir.
within this half cycle, I am saying within this half cycle, let me average until a time t is equal to t1 from t is equal to 0, because my waveform always starts from 0, and then I am trying to average from this instant t is equal to 0 to t is equal to t1. T is equal to t1 can be any arbitrary time where I want average. So this average equals to 1 by t1 minus 0 integration of 0 to t1 I of t dt. Am I correct? This is
Yes,
I,
sir.
please. This is not Q. This is I.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the definition. So this is equals to 1 by T1. Now, what is this quantity? Integration of 0 to T1 I of T dt.
It's the area between
No, I of T equation is given above.
integration of t sin omega t and constant term will get out of integration of d by dt will remove
So
and
2 Cm Vm by T will be there. Inside d by dt of T sin omega t is there. Integration and differentiation will go out, right?
yes, the t sin omega t over the limit 0 to t1.
2 Cm Vm by T. If T sin omega t with limit 0 to T1, right? What is this quantity? Simplify, please.
2 cm Vm
2
divided by
cm.
T into T1.
It's a T1 get cancelled. Sin omega T1 is only the term. 2 cm Vm by capital T sin omega T1.
Yes.
Omega T1. Okay. Now what I did, I have averaged up to an instant T1. Okay. And I got this equation.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
So if I am averaging up to T1, I am getting this equation 2 cm Vm by T sin omega T1. Now suppose the mechanical system instantaneously responds to average value, right? If the mechanical system instantaneously responds to average value, always mechanical system that moving coil type will rest in a average position, average force rather actually, force due to current and all. So it will rest in a average position, right? Now this is the average value of current. Average value of current at any instant T1, this is the average value of the current. What is this message it is giving? Here, there is an assumption that the mechanical system can adequately respond to the average value, because if it is having a lot of inertia, it may not move also. That is a different story. But you observe carefully here, since the average value up to an instant T1 is simply 2 cm by T into Vm sin omega T1. What is Vm sin omega T1?
Voltage.
Applied voltage, right? To the high
Yes,
voltage.
sir. Yes, sir.
So I have written just T1 here, but the average value I can write T also. Average T is arbitrarily I have selected, right? Any time instant T. So at any time instant T, the average value is simply following the voltage waveform. Okay. So if you have an average reading meter like moving coil, and if its inertia is adequate to respond to the this sinusoidal wave, then since its average position is exactly corresponding to the voltage wave, right? So it can simply read the voltage wave, alternating voltage. Okay, this is the beauty of this mechanical system. It would not have been possible. It would not have been possible if you are using a diode, because in that case, the negative portion. So look at here. This negative portion would not have been conducted by the diode, right? So average value is not exactly proportional to Vm sin omega t in that case. But in this case, it is happening like this. Of course, one thing should happen for this to be done, because if the frequency of voltage wave is not integral multiple of frequency of the triangular wave, what will happen? If the frequency of sinusoidal wave, voltage wave, is not a integral multiple of the frequency of triangular wave, then what will happen? The waveform seen by the waveform under every half cycle, under every half cycle of this triangular wave is not same, because there will be phase difference.
Yes, sir. One cycle has some positive peak and one cycle has some negative
It will
peak.
be phase difference. That's why in this case the frequency, not only it is to be more than the frequency of triangular wave, it is better that it is integral multiple of the triangular wave. If triangular wave frequency is f, 2f, 3f, all this will work. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Is it clear, or any questions here?
Yes.
Okay. Now let us go to a different brush position. Okay, here I will only give hint of the waveform, then after that you proceed, otherwise it will take another half an hour. So the brush position with respect to this hollow electrode is now changed. This is time t. Now C B1 of T. Let us say this brush as B1, this as B2. Okay. Now let our reference position be this only. This is our reference position. Means 0 radians. At time t is equal to 0. Here at time t is equal to 0, the separation or slit is here. Insulation is here. Now, at this instant, which electrode will be connected to brush B1? At t is equal to 0, if the brush position is like this. Brush position is like this. At t is equal to 0, it starts from here.
No electrode will be connected, sir. It is in the slit insulation area.
Where?
Now, at the present instant, which is shown in the figure, right? Sir? Or
No. At the present instant, present t is equal to 0, I am trying to map. T is equal to 0, I am saying the insulation, the slit is in this position. In this position means here at 0 radian.
Even sir, that
B1
yellow electrode.
C2,
Huh?
sir. C2.
That
The
yellow.
yellow electrode will be touching it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And what will be its area?
Complete C2 electrode area, sir.
Complete half circle, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it will be full at t is equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
And then what will happen from there? Will it increase or decrease?
Decrease, sir.
Area decreases, sir.
Decrease. To what
Decreases.
extent it will decrease?
It becomes 0, sir.
5/4 1/4
At 0,
times.
T is equal to pi, it will become 0.
Will it become 0? See, brush
No,
position you see, B1.
Sir, at t equal to
Brush
pi by 2, it will become 0.
half of the sector it will come.
So t equal to pi by 2, it will become 0.
Which will become 0? Area?
So area under brush B1, yes, sir.
No. It will be touching half of the circle, right? Half of the disk is exposed to electric field, right?
Yes, sir.
It won't become 0.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Mhm.
And there is a continuity also. Immediately next electrode is
Next
coming.
electrode will come, sir. Yes, sir.
But it is also having almost half.
Yes, sir. So
Yes, sir.
area is
It remains
Huh?
constant.
area
will be
remains
constant,
constant,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Area remains constant. Remains constant means if it moves further, what will happen?
So electrode C2 would come under brush B1. So the total area would be constant.
No, it will be continuously growing. Just observe this one. Unfortunately, the animation is not synchronizing properly. I could see it, but I can also see that you cannot see clearly. Is it moving?
Yes, sir. But very slowly.
Now, what I mean to say is, each time the brush will see from full to half.
Yes, sir.
So within quarter cycle, it will come to this position. Right? Again,
Yes.
Again, from here, within another quarter cycle, it will go to the top. And again, next electrode comes here. Sorry, next electrode comes here only. Again, the previous electrode comes here. Like this. Am I clear?
Sir, please repeat, sir.
See, at t is equal to 0, it is at this position. Could you see? At t is equal to 0, slit is at this position. At that instant, entire yellow electrode is in touch with brush B1.
Yes, sir.
So full area, full capacitance, maximum capacitance. So this is the position. Right?
Yes, sir.
Shall I use different color? Otherwise, you may be. Okay. This is the position at t is equal to 0. Okay. T is equal to T by 4. T by 4 means what? One quarter circle movement.
Yes, sir.
If one quarter circle movement is there, now at t is equal to 0, the brush is slit is here. at t equals to t by 4, slit is here.
Yes, sir.
Now the yellow portion is restricted to this. Of course, assume that still the brush is in contact with this yellow only. Someone should say yes, then I will move.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now at this instant, only half of the CM, half of the maximum capacitance, or half of the area is in touch with brush. Yes,
Yes, sir.
that is here. The dot, red dot I have put. Please see.
Yes, sir.
So again, next electrode, that green electrode, is coming in contact with the brush immediately after this T by 4. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When the brush is just touching this green electrode, its area is also exactly same as the yellow electrode area just before that. Right?
Yes, sir.
So it also starts from the same, this red dot, whatever I have put. Same red dot, it also starts. There is no sudden jump here, smooth jump.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
the
sir.
electrode area will be touching brush B1 and it will be continuously increasing and it will also reach its maximum. Right?
Yes, sir.
And again, same thing will repeat. So in one half cycle, this is one half cycle. Okay. There is initially C1 is in touch with C1 or C2, whatever is the name. One of them is in touch with that one. And in the next quarter cycle, C2 is in touch. Again here C1, again here C2, like that. This is the half cycle. Right, T by 2. This duration is T by 2. This is T by 4. This is T by 2. This is again 3 T by 4. This is T. Am I correct or I missed something? Not here, please. Up to here on. This is T. Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the waveform. So the waveform changes a little bit now. Now here there is exactly half portion it is decreasing and half portion it is increasing. But the commutator is continuously in touch with the brush. That, you know, one half cycle, if it is in touch with the brush like this, in within this half cycle, one quarter it is decreasing, another quarter it is increasing. What will be the average value? But we are not worried about average value of capacitance C. We are interested in I equals to V dC by dt, right? So dC by dt का क्या होगा?
Current will be 0, sir. DC by DC.
dC by dt average value will be 0. Are you getting? Because the commutator in one quarter cycle, the slope is negative. Another quarter cycle, slope is positive. But this is what the commutator is saying. Earlier this brush, one of the brushes, this brush used to see in one direction only, right? Always positive it used to see. But now positive and negative both are in the same half cycle. Therefore, average becomes 0. Right? So in this case, only if you use RMS reading meter, you will get the current. Otherwise, you will not get the current. And what will be that RMS reading? Please find it out. From the slope of this, you can easily find it out. Please find it out. Okay? And this is one instant I have given. If the brush position is in between like this, please try to imagine. Try to draw the waveforms and then how the triangular wave gets modified. So it gets modified interestingly actually. You can try that one as a homework or assignment. Okay, so is it clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, there is no use of brush B2 for commutation purpose, no?
There is?
No use of brush B2 for commutation purpose.
One of them you can use. Actually, circulating current will be there, right? Brush
Yes,
B1 and B2 will be connected only like this.
But
In one of them, we will put the meter. Okay.
yes,
The
sir.
current will actually circulate between B1 and B2 like this. One is negative, another is positive, one is positive, another is negative like that. So,
But sir, brush B1 is only watching the sector area, no? B2 has only passed the current.
yes, you are right. You are right. Of course, even you need not connect these two. B2 you can directly ground it also.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But if you do not ground, what will happen? Will it work?
No, sir. Path is not get provided.
Huh?
Sir, path gets not provided. Complete path.
There is no complete path, and what will happen unless you drain the charge when there is no when it is not exposed to electric field, the charges will be on the plate itself, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when it is going through brush B1 and which is grounded, if it is grounded, then it would have drained the charges and some charge might be there on the plate. Of course, it depends on the position of the brush also. In some cases, the charges can also be made 0 before the electrode changes. That is why B1 and B both there have to be connected among themselves, or both can be grounded. In one of them, meter can be fixed.
Yes, sir.
There is no hard and fast rule in which you will put the meter. You can put in B2 also or B1 also.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so any other questions? Okay then, see you. We'll meet next week again.